Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back with the City of Gangsters, and I am a gangster in the city, which is, it's rather like the series Sex in the City, but with more gangsters and less shopping. Anyway, I've saved up 900 quid, because, you know, that's what you do with this thing, and that will allow me to deal with speedy delivery. I have no idea what's going to happen as I deal with speedy delivery, but there's an easy way to find out, and that is to go over there. Right, here we go. I've got the things you've waiting for, which is a mysterious way of saying I've got some money, and now you've got some money. Oh, I can have a pickup truck. Yep, or a hard cider. Oh yeah. Oh no, definitely. I'll take it. Gimme! Right, I've got a truck. Sweet. Now, I've got to figure out how to use it. Right, so I've basically got to give away 24 hard cider, which is a lot. I mean, that's a lot of cider that I'm giving away there. I'm not that inclined to get that on the go immediately. However, Big Roy here, I'm about to give him a truck. No, I don't want to do that. Maybe we do it the other way around. Oh, no, maybe it's this. There you go. You've got a pickup truck. Cool. Right. Roy, mate. Roy. Yeah, Roy. Yes, there we go. How do I... now, focus on... Yeah, get more information on. Start driving. Yes. Okay. Set up a new delivery. That's a thing that we'd quite like to do. Okay, so how does that work? If we go to right, deliveries, nobody assigned. Yeah, how do I? There we go. Edit the route. Edit the route. I want to edit the route. What does that do? There should be something in here, but there doesn't appear to be. Let's go for number one. Assign a driver. Assign a vehicle. Yes. Assign a Roy. Yes. And you've got your vehicle. Right. Add next step. Oh, hello. Right, okay, so we'll, instead of buy resources, we'll go for storage pickup. Yes. And you're going to pick up, but you're not going to pick up cash, Roy. That's not how it works. I don't want brick wine. We want the hardest of ciders. That's good. Right, yeah, and then I want you to drop it off. So maybe that's a next step. And previous step not defined, next step not defined. Save this delivery step. Save this delivery step and add a new one. Or discard changes and go back again. What quantity? All. Just go all. Just grab the lot, mate. Yeah, okay. And then deliver. Wait, hold on. No, not quantity. All. There you go. Sorry, I had it right. I was going fine. Next step. Just wait, hold on. I think I might have. Let's discard. Let's start again. All right. It's going to be worth almost getting this right, and therefore we shall try and do that, because at the moment I've put up two of the same steps. You just delete that one. Go here. Get as much as possible of the hardest of ciders. Save this delivery step and add a new one. Yes. Go to right. I see. It defaults to the last order. So then we're going to go and sell resources. Yes. Item of the... Well, not brick wine. We'll sell the hardest of ciders. These people always want some. They do. Yeah. Skip this step if the vehicle is empty. That's... Yeah. Keep that ticked. Would be nice if that was a tick rather than just a grey or not grey. You know? Yeah. All right. Item... Samuel said, go to, yeah, and then what? Quantity? All. No, just do as much as you need to. So next step, pick up. No, drop off. Sell resources. Yeah, do that. Just, why is that now? Is that the first step or the... Okay, all right, well, look, it's fine. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Quantity, all. Just keep going. Add a new step. And that will be to go to Matey Boy's pool hall, is on the way back, you see. And then what we'll do with that, we'll sell the resources of the hardest of ciders, all. Skip it if you're empty. Yep. And then, I don't think this is confirming the orders, you know. Can I not put just a big chain of stuff on this? Alright, I'll get this sorted and then we'll pick up on the what I laughably call action. Right. Yes. Pretty sure I've got it. I'm pretty sure I've got it. Right, so we're going to go pick up the cider. Yeah. We're then going to go sell it at the sandwich shop, which is somewhere. It's there. Look, that's that one. That's new. I converted that while you were away. And then, oh no, don't show me this. I just wanted to highlight some stuff. Save this delivery step and edit the next one. No. Save this delivery step. Anyway, I won't bother clicking on the rest. Then we go to Bill's Pool Hall, which is this one. Then we go down the paint shop, which is over here. And then we go down the snack shop, which is there, and sell everything. Then we go over to Ida's and pick up any cash she's got for me. Then to the Lakeside Soda Fountain, same again. The Family Dairy, same again. And then the Cold Warehouse, we drop it all off. This basically means that drop all the cash. We're going to drop all the cash back at the shed. And that's going to be magical. It means that I can now focus on spending the money rather than anything else. Good. Where's the get to work? Get to work. There we go. He's running. Go on, Roy. I flaming believe in you, mate. That's terrific. Right. So, what else is going on? Well, interesting, and I'm glad you asked, because this is Teresa Frolov, and the Frolov organisation are right next door. Now, these orange people, they're just local neighbourhood hoods, and therefore not really worth my time investigating. But the Frolovs, Teresa, the other turn, she came in and she disrupted Bill's operations. And I was like, no, can't have that. I was quite happy to live and let live, you know, but apparently for some people that's not good enough. So I'm going to hoik it over to her territory and see what sort of trouble I can get into. Now it's probably going to be a couple of turns before old Roy actually starts to make any level of impact, because I think I cleaned out the most recent batch of cider. As you can see, one of my fronts has been subverted. Your owner is suddenly backing out of the deal. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, all right. I've still got too much sugar. Yeah, well, all right, I can live with that. Now, what have we got here? This is the Palm Club. I want a club. A club is a thing that I want. I want to go up there first. Right. Hold on. Yeah, the Palm Club. It's got a trumpet. Brilliant. I need a trumpet. Hello, Eugene. Nothing. No, I don't want anything, Gov. Okay. Who do you know? Do you know anybody? Oh, flipping heck. All right, we'll go and make friends with them. And Lorraine Taylor works at the tire and brake service. All right. Well, that's fair enough. I'll swing up there and see if we can't get some friendship action going. But obviously, exploring new places is perilously expensive. What's this? The Grand Northern Hotel. I want a hotel. I've scoped a new business, a hotel. Yeah, they sell foodstuffs and things and what have you. Well, that's super. Let's have a quick chat with them. Hello there. What do you want? Nothing. Well, good to know. Do you know anyone? Just you, Gov. I don't know anyone else. Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be quite hard for me to cultivate a relationship with you then, isn't it? Unless, of course, I leave you alone, and then you'll come round to the idea. Right, I think... No, I don't think. I think I should continue in this direction. This is Northern Storage. Hello, what do you do? You sell all kinds of useful bits and pieces. All right, you're an interesting person to know, but I've got nothing for you right now. Also, you're Russian, which means that the Frolovs have probably got you under the thumb. Yes. I'm going to go and introduce her to my friend Barry the baseball bat and see how she gets on with that. Subvert one of my businesses. I'll tell you to subvert one of my businesses. I'll subvert your business. And when I've subverted your... Yeah, you better run. She's obviously off scope in the joint, but I need to get up here and talk to them. Go on, spend all my points on that. No, that's further than I can travel, but we have located a few new businesses. This is the Schultz Moving and Storage Company. Good, let's go and talk to them. Hello, what do you do? Oh, you sell all kinds of things. Hold on, I want to sell corn syrup. Sure you don't want to buy sugar? Anyway, apparently, just because I discovered this, sugar, you add it to hard cider along with, I'm going to say yeast for the sake of argument, and that turns it into fizzy bubbly cider, which sells at twice as much. That's a thing we can do. That's a thing we should do. It's worth a lot of money. Oh, look, we've made money. Oh, well done. Roy's carrying 50 quid on him. Oh, Roy, you absolute diamond. You were worth the price of our mission. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Roy. Anyway, carry on, because I'm out of turns again, obviously. All right, yep. What? One of my operations has stalled? I'm going to need to buy some more apple juice, I reckon. Okay, yeah, I'll get up there in a minute. Right, here we go. This is the Accurate Tyre and Breakdown Services. Yeah, I know that. I know that too. Yeah, I know this too. I'm here. Okay, good. But it's nice that you told me. Hello, Lorraine. What have you got? You want to buy... I don't want to buy any of those things. Just... You know me. You know Eugene. Yeah. And you know Marion. I know Marion. I think I know Marion. I do know Marion, and she owes me a solid. Sweet. Okay, I'll be back after I have a word with Maz. And no, what are you trying to do? What is it that you're aiming to accomplish here? In fact, I know Maz really well. I'm not even extorting her. That's how well I know Maz. She sells me apple juice. Though I can get 2 for the price of 1 here. Hello, I want to buy some apple juice. You don't do apple juice until you do the flipping mission again. Okay. Right, what are we on? Our outfit. No, you want to become a front. She always bounces me on that one. I could do with the support from a friend, and that friend in question is going to be Marion Kruger. Marion Kruger. Marion. Kruger, Marion. Kruger. I can keep saying it, but it's not changing anything. Marion Kruger. Well, you've got Lloyd Kruger. That's not who I want to be friends with. I want to be friends with Marion. Why are you only... why do you know the plot as well? This is somewhat perplexing and maybe a little disconcerting. But other than that, I want to chat to Marion Kruger. No, that's not a thing that happened. No, you are Marion Kruger. Okay, then I've just misread. Yeah, who owns that? That's Lorraine Flaming Taylor, son. Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Never mind Marion Kruger, you nana. Yeah, favours. I need... Oh, do you know anyone buying what I've got? Or I tell you, she only owes me 1 favour. Oh, I need some apples. I desperately need some apples. Hang on a moment. I'll be back in a sec, Marion. Right. Apple juice. Who's got it? I want it. Beach's Soda Fountain is selling. Alright, well, I'll probably go up there and get it. Because it's going to be no good to me if I can't keep making me cider, then Roy's just picking up protection money, and that's no money at all. Right. Go back to talking to Marion. Yeah. Marion, hello. I want a favour. Give me an inn. Why are you getting an inn up there? Because that will get me the hotel. Yeah. Do you want to do that right now, or do you want to try and solve your supply issues and maybe stick Roy on a go get some apples for us, Roy? Good lad. Well done. Yeah, let's do a bit of this. I'm making cider. You should meet my friend Lorraine. Well, intriguingly enough, that's who I want to talk to. Yeah, go on. Yeah, 2 for 1. Sweet as a nut. Thank you very much. Don't suppose you've got any... No, you haven't. All right, okay. Bye-bye. Right. All right, well, that accomplished more than I anticipated, but we need to go and purchase some apples, which we're getting from Beach's Soda Fountain, unless I'm very much mistaken. Apple juice, soda fountain. Soda fountain? Soda fountain. Let's roll. Okay. Stick the apples in the back of the van. It's a car. Never mind. I want to buy apple juice. I'll buy some right now. They've got 59. I'll take as much as you've got. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Blimey, you don't get much apple juice in the back of a car, do you? All right, I'll see you around. Cheers, then. Yeah, get down here. Sling it in warehouse. I might have to do another run. I mean, I could possibly stick it on Roy's run, given that it is hauling. But other than that, I think we'll be all right. You know what else? I'm gonna stick all the hard cider back in the warehouse and leave your man to deal with that. I'll be fine without it. I will go and pick up some. Do I want to put it on his route? You could put it on his route. He's not going to complete his route very often. Yeah, you know what? Okay, Roy. Okay, I'm going to show you what I have learned. Yeah, I am going to show you what I've learned. Right, so where's his route? The route that you're on. Interrupt ongoing action. No. Is it that? No, it's not. Just, Roy, where's your route? How do I bring your route up that you're currently on? Set up a new delivery? No. All right, cancel that. Don't know. That's not it. Keep playing. Right. Deliveries. Roy. Yes. Show me the details. Show me the details of this route. That is, get more information about this corner. Not interested. Or that crew member. Still not interested. Or that corner. Not interested. I'd just like to talk about the route, please. Oh, it's here. Okay, right. Add one more step. Yeah. Add next step. Because he should be packing... No, wait, he won't. He will have just dropped all his cash out. That's all right. I'll move it in the locale. Add this. Beachy soda fount. Yeah. Buy resources, apple juice. It's like you saw me coming. I will buy... let's buy 10. Buy up to 10 small barrels of apple juice. Yes. Good. Save that delivery step. So we're here, then we go there, and then we'll move it up one. So before we're going to drop off cash, we are going to pick up some apple juice and then go drop it back off at the yard. And theoretically, everything will then be groovy. Roy, you're doing God's work. Carry on. Everything about you I like. Right, okay, so what am I going to do next? We could go and talk to Flower Child up there and see if she's got anything interesting going on for us. No, actually, I want to go talk to Bill at the pool hall and go, Bill, sort it out, mate. We've been tight for a long time, Bill. And therefore, why have you wussed out as soon as some Rusky turns up and starts going, ugh? Me and Roy will turn up and put the frighteners on her. That's what we do. We're into all of that kind of business. That's our thing. We've got a good relationship here, you know. Yeah. Do you remember our previous conversation? The confidential conversation? Because I don't. Go on. I think this neighbourhood still needs our protection. Yes. Then we have a deal. Yeah. There we go. Right. Sorted. The thing is, though, I suspect quite strongly that we have... that's broken all of the good work that I've done with regard to acquiring money by menaces. How's our front doing? It's not. Oh, flipping heck. That's a bit OP, isn't it? Being able to completely shut off extortion in one go. Flaming heck. No, hold on. They're still paying me money. Yes. They're paying me money. Yeah. And that's about it nearby. This is Rhodes's tool store, and I think they've got a... Have they got a job for me at the moment? Or Rhodesy... No, this is my building. I own Rhodes's tool store, which is why it's got the little grey box around the outside. Yeah, I think Ruby's newsstand, however, could do with a little bit of extra, you know, a bit of muscle nearby. Yeah, I know they're next door to the police station, but I think we'll be fine. We need to finish our little chat. I'll be back to collect what's mine. Yeah. There you go. Goods. Extortion? Oh, you make living here awful. Yeah, I know I do. But, whatever. Pay up or burn. Cool. Now, what's this? I can buy stuff from here. That's ready to expand your territory to a nearby corner. This sounds like the sort of thing I'd like to do. Go on, Em. Hello. How's our front doing? Oh, you know. No, I don't. That's why I'm asking. Betty. Betty? Okay, let's talk about the locals. What have we got going on? Your cost will be 10 quid right away. Yeah, 10 quid each month. Yes. Yeah, do it. Make it happen. I'll go and make some money out of someone. I think it might even be Beachy Soda Founts, given that I'm going to be chucking some money their way. They're going to need some protection. Somehow, I very much doubt that the police station is going to be that interested in, you know, coughing up on a regular basis. In fact, I might even need to be slinging them a cheeky tenner once in a while just to keep them sweet. Because otherwise, Roy's likely to run afoul of the law. And knowing my luck, it'll be on his first lap where he's packing 700 quid's worth of readies that he'll go like, what, me, gov? No, gov, no, me, no, gov, no, gov, no, me, no, gov, 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 and then he's nicked. Because that's how these things happen. Yeah, I know. I'm full of the details. Right, let's... we have got a couple of collections going on here. In fact, I don't think she's delivering to Bill. I think they are delivering... I seem to recollect the conversation, you see. I think they're delivering up here to the dairy. Either way, Beachy, mates, how's it going? Oh, no conversation is available to be had. Laters. All right, okay, so that didn't come off then. What about the Walton storage and thingamajig and whatnot? Well, I'm sure they are in need of some protection. Do you not own this corner? I don't own this corner. Well, then that's probably why they're not willing to pay you protection money. But you're going to offer protection for an area you don't own. It's an interesting notion. What about the Yellow Meadow Grocery? No, we've got a good relationship with them. I don't need to sting them for the cash. Who else is in our regime? Actually, not many. Our regime is a little bit flimsy, has to be said. Our regime could do with being quite a lot larger. Right, let's continue pushing out, and I'm going to go deal with the Russians. Because that's what you do with Russians, you deal with them. All right, let's stroll on down here. Yeah, I know, hotel and all that business. Well, yeah, I'll get to it. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not worried. Why are you worried? All right, what have we discovered here? And I want this speakeasy. Oh, yeah. What was I doing with that? Eugene knows Fellow McGill. That's why I'm going to turn the Palm Club into an illicit den of iniquity. I know everybody. I know a federal agent. Crikey, do I? Yeah. Officer Joyce Frolov? What? Are you saying that the Frolovs have got a cop on the pay as a member of the family? Heavens to Betsy. The Orange Counter. Hello, Orange. How's it going? Let's discuss commerce. There's nothing there. Okay, not even oranges. Seems like you've missed a trick there. Seems like you were set up. Yeah, Teresa Frolov. She's related to the law. How is anyone? Oh, the inn at Midway. That would be also possible. Hello there. Who do you know, Joyce? You know, Eleanor Haynes. Yeah, you know that hotel dude. Oh, okay. And you know me. Well, I wouldn't say I know you, but it's lovely to make your acquaintance. Right. Now we could go speak to her, but I believe the only option it's going to give us is oi, oi, clear off. So instead, I'm gonna drive up into her patch, and start getting all aggro. If she can disrupt my flaming cash income, I can disrupt hers. Oh look, we've got 300 quid in the bank. Roy's carrying 200 of it. It's a bit of a worry, but that's what? Wait, what? Oh, Roy. Oh, flipping Roy. Oh no, Roy, you Burke. Why have you got nicked on your first lap, Roy? I'll tell you why Roy got nicked on his first lap. Because, of course he did. Of course he got nicked on his first lap. That was inevitable. It was always going to happen. The good news is that neither Roy nor his truck have been taken away from me on any kind of permanent basis. We just lost a lap's worth of cash, which is a bit disappointing. but not ultimately the end of the world. Anyway, today's outro is sponsored by Aaron via thewizio.com, and Aaron says, Colonel, since your channel is frequently playing in the background of various and sundry gaming and user story building, I am certainly an avid enjoyer of your content. An enjoyer? I like it. This brings me to become curious. What about being a YouTube content creator brings you joy? Can you discuss your favourite series or a video you've created and talk about why it was your favourite, the creative process or lack thereof that led to its creation, and how that relates to views and other statistics? Keep firing out the classics, more bingo hazmat. What a fabulous question. All right, settle in. We'll be here for a bit. What a great question. I've even been thinking about it, but I haven't got a start point. All right, let's start here. As you all know by now, I started doing this YouTube caper in order to help me be better at my job, and my job fundamentally has had quite a lot of dealings with YouTubers and Twitch streamers. So I wanted to understand what they had to go through in order to become successful, and after having done it for 6 months or so, I got the bug for it, and I just carried on doing it. Good, right? That's that. Has that helped? No? Okay. All right. Let's try and find another in here. What do I enjoy? All right. Now let's start off with the good stuff. All right. The best stuff I've recorded isn't my most popular stuff. It's never been my most popular stuff, not even close to it. I get... Actually, Train Sim World, I have... each Train Sim World video, maybe not every single one of them, but each one of them has a moment, maybe a couple of moments where I'm in it. I'm in the zone immediately. I've got it. I've got the thing. And quite often that's the Tannoy announcement. Having Mr. Chewbacca and Mr. Gamgee working the concessions bar, the buffet car, that was fabulous, and it struck me just on the spur of the moment. I'd already started doing passenger announcements, to which you do the dotted line of what sort of passenger announcements do you get on trains, which did to the dotted line of buffet car announcement type stuff, and they're almost invariably closed. I said, okay, what if it was open, and what would be quite a ludicrous thing to have, or a ludicrous person to have operating the buffet car, have them say a couple of words, tie that into a bit of humour, job's a good one. I also quite liked when I did an A10 Thunderbolt strike on an airborne bombardment on a train. That was quite good, and that was just sound effects. Sound effects actually are a big deal. I think where I take the most satisfaction from stuff is where I have layered in extra sound effects and it's gone particularly well. If you take the opening of the first episode of Evil Genius, or you take the opening of the first episode of what's it called, the Dinosaur World theme park, Jurassic World Evolution, same joke in both of them, exact same joke, and it's deliberately the same joke in both of them, but I built all the sound for those. It's got background music, it's got various vocal distortion stuff going on, it's got helicopter fly past sound effects. Very satisfying to do. I mean, I've got a musical kind of sound background, never really flexed it very much, but I do get a lot of satisfaction out of delivering under those circumstances. For which, to which point, I'm going to say Genesis Alpha 1. Some of my best work in an editing sense. In an editing sense, it's some of my best work. Not that there aren't some really good moments in terms of the narrative-based stuff. The narrative-based stuff that works really strongly, and we'll come back to Genesis in a moment, but the narrative stuff that works really strongly is often throwaway. A lot of the kind of the canon of Dozaverse and the characters that have come about have just happened because I've sat with a series for long enough that those characters have been able to develop and stories emerge about them. Because the more I know about the character already, the easier it is to then paint them into a different environment and to have them evolve a temperament, a personality, some kind of characteristics coming out of it. and therefore returning to those characters later means that that develops yet further. Baseball has been tremendous for helping to drive individual characteristics, but they tend to only be in a positive, negative kind of a mood sense, and are they any good at baseball? That's fine, but it also means that viewers get a bit of recognition of characters that come back on multiple occasions. And I'm up to about 350 different characters now, and I've got plans for all of them to a lesser or greater extent. But what I try to do is, anytime I've got a character-rich story, I will bring in maybe one or two characters you're already familiar with, and then introduce ones who haven't had their shot in the sunlight yet to see what comes about. Take, for example, Betsy Cthulhu and Kiki Tyrant from Rising Star. They, I mean, they'd never been stars of the show. Betsy Cthulhu, I don't know if she played for me in baseball or not, but she certainly appeared in the baseball series a couple of times. I recall it well. But no, that was where they got their own moment. And of course, now we've got the Stellars and arguably Napoleon as well, who should join this pantheon of weird characters. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that, or because I haven't surnamed them, you see, and therefore I'm not certain how they'll fit in. I digress. Going back to Genesis. So that's storytelling, right? So storytelling comes about when I give something time for the story to breathe. And as the story breathes, the characters get life kind of added into them, and that's very satisfying. But Genesis was all about the audio editing, all of it. I really like it as a game. The problem with it, like so many games, like this one that we're watching right now, this Gangsters business, right? Very repetitive. Very, very repetitive. The games are often built around what's called a core game loop, which is do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do the first thing again, but slightly better. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, and slightly better, and rinse and repeat. And the difficulty ramps up against the game loop that you've got going on. Now, the perfect games, you can't see the loop. It's invisible. There is so much variation going on that the loop is just not there to be seen. And that's what makes for really legendary games. Could I name something without a core game loop? No, not off the top of my head. They all have them to a greater or lesser extent, or certainly the ones that I play have them to a greater or lesser extent. And in Genesis, the loop's too short. There are too few things that you have to do before do it all again, do it all again, do it all again. So it didn't lend itself to storytelling particularly well, although I injected quite a bit in, given the number of people that died. But where I was really happy was with the sound design. I took the decision early on to just steal sound effects from as many different sci-fi shows as I could, and then layer them in all over the place. And if you are a bit of a sci-fi nerd, particularly if you're of a similar age to myself, you'll recognise quite a few of them. My favourite bit, though, is the planet surface rebreather. The planet surface rebreather has got like 8 different sound effects layered subtly over the top of each other. It's really fabulous stuff. If you can spot it, it's very good. I'll give you a couple. You've got the Predator vision from Predator, obviously. You've got the Aliens motion tracker going on. Not the beep 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 beep, because the game does that, but what it has got is it's got the constant pulse going on there. You've got a rebreather from the Abyss going on in there. What else did I put in there? I think there's like another 2 or 3 that I've just layered in there. It's very subtle and it's just in the background, but it works supremely well. Now, that game and several others like it, they do have a limitation going on, and that is that they don't give you enough of the cinematic. When you are taking off from the ship and going down to the surface in a dropship, there's not enough for me to hang anything off. I can't turn that into anything great. Now, if you're just a player, well, that's fine. You'd probably skip those sequences. But me, it's like XCOM. XCOM 2 has your crew departing, your team departing the ship, and it does that every time as they drop into whatever hot zone they're going into. brilliant, lends itself perfectly to a bit of additional storytelling / movie magic going on there, which could just be the team grumbling amongst each other. And that's very much how where my creative stuff comes from, because I don't think of it in the sense of a full video. I've got one idea for a full video, and that's the greatest train sim world video ever made. I've got one concept for that, and it will work very, very well if I can make it look as it is in my head. Now, Genesis also lends itself towards something that didn't look as good as it felt like it was going to in my head. It was really annoying, and that is the Dolly Parton working 9 to 5 sequence of clearing scrunge off the ship. I saw it in my head clear as day, and I went, "That's really funny." And then I recorded it, and I went, "That's okay funny. It's not quite there." The concept's sound, but it needed a punchline to it, and it didn't have one. A punchline that might have worked would have been recurringly going back to the same point and clearing it again and becoming increasingly irate every single time, to the point where he just kind of said, "I jacked this in," at which point a monster comes out and eats my face or something. That might have worked. Anyway, the stuff that has worked really well, when I did Cooking Simulator, the first episode of that where I was making soup and I picked up the wrong pan. Totally accidental. It's one of the absolute joys, and it's why I don't try to play better. Because if I tried to play better, if I played well, half the moments of funny disappear. The bits that aren't funny about me playing well are when I get frustrated with the interface, and I have to intuit a lot of what's going on with the interface, because if I'm concentrating on what's coming out of my mouth and trying to make that fun and exciting, you can't read at the same time. So you have to skim and intuit. Surely these designers have seen a game before, and therefore this button should do this thing. And if it doesn't do that thing, you kind of go, have these people not played a game before? What's the matter with them? And so then you have to pause, and then you have to read the thing, and that completely disrupts the flow, which is why I usually try to power through, because all of the thought processes that go into recording a game, the reason I'm doing this is they're all at the front of your head, or I like to think of it as being at the front of your head. If you let it go for even a second, you've lost that the cloud of madness that is going through. And if you let it go for even a second, then you're going to have to rebuild it back up again. And being disrupted by the user interface is the easiest way for that to happen. And yet, accidents with the user interface are what make for great moments of, "I didn't mean to press that." That's great stuff. Early on in Transport Fever, I placed the wrong passenger dock. I placed the wrong dock at the wrong port. I placed a goods dock when I wanted a passenger dock, or the other way around. And so I bulldozed it. It cost me a lot of money. And then I immediately did exactly the same thing again. Doing it once, you kind of go, "Ah, you Wally." Doing it twice, that's funny. But it's unintentional. It's not something that was set up. And the ones that work best are the ones where I laugh my face off because I found it funny myself. That's worked very well. Now, in terms of things that are slightly more edited, I think you've got the Tourist Bus Simulator. That worked quite well, but it was too long. There's a couple of bits in Tourist Bus Simulator that are wonderful, but quite a lot that is a little bit, you didn't need all of this. You could have got rid of some of it. What else? The Cooking Sim's got lots of good stuff in there, but I needed to tighten it up. It needed cutting, not big cuts, little cuts. It needed lots of little cuts all over the place to keep the action rocketing forward as much as possible. It needed to leave you breathless, dying, falling off your chair, in terms of funny, and none of them are going to necessarily be devastatingly funny, but you get a kind of crescendo that builds up over time if you manage to land enough funny-esque, funny-oid. What else am I pleased with? I built some nice stuff, and that's quite satisfying because it makes a change to build nice stuff. The thing that's the biggest disappointment, or the thing that no, it's not even a disappointment. It's kind of a regret, but it's not a regret because I like where I am. Is I should have started in a different genre. I should have started with survival games, but that would have then forced me down the path of your survival games guy, and where I've ended up is kind of your trains and network management guy. I would have never chosen to be trains and network management guy because I'm not that big an enthusiast. I like them, as you all know. I like them just fine. In fact, I would say I like them plus. But I would never go so far as to say that I was a proper train fan or a proper rail fan or anything along those lines, and it shows on a regular basis. And maybe that's why my stuff is so different to what everybody else is doing, because I like the game. I like the game that it's set in, and I like the conduit it represents as a means of telling stories. So if you take Transport Fever, for example, that's my kind of game through and through. I love that kind of stuff. But I really love survival games. I can play survival games for absolutely hours. The reason I say it would have been good to go down that path rather than the one that I did is because the survival game viewership audience out there is gargantuan. It's colossal. It is at least 10, 20 times the size of the trains and network management-y game kind of stuff audience that I'm tapped into. But I am where I am, and I'm not going to, I'll veer off to the side once in a while, and people will come with, but I'm not. I've got no plans to radically change things up beyond not getting bogged down in series that aren't driving big progress. And I've had little progress, right, for 2 years, 3 years almost, where there's been kind of gentle, steady, constant growth. And that's because I've just been covering the same stuff. And therefore the audience for that stuff is largely the one who are already aware of me. And they either tolerate me, in which case they subscribe. They do not tolerate me, in which case they're on do not recommend this channel. Or they really love it, especially the stuff that is unusual, at which point they back the channel. And or submit a request like you have, and they want to see, yeah, more of this. No, look, the more nonsense that you can do, the happier I am. I stuck a battle plan up this week, and people were going like, oh no, you should just do Transport Fever all the time. And you kind of go, really? I've got nothing new to say in Transport Fever. How could you possibly need to see any more Transport Fever? How could you possibly need me to tell the same 3 jokes again? I've done them all. There's nothing. I've got nothing new to tell you. You might want the halcyon, the comfortable halcyon days where there were adventures and where there were constant mistakes. But I'm so familiar with that game now that I've really got nothing more to tell you. But I am bringing it back. I'm going to stick out the Japan series because I still like the game. I don't think I've got anything new to say, but I still like the game. I'm going to let other channels get stuck into it. Yeah, people say like, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe if you don't make more Transport Fever. I go, fine. I'm not keeping you here. You can leave whenever you like. I seem to have got off topic a little bit. No, this is related to what brings me joy. This is quite frustrating. You feel obliged to try and service the audience that you've built up, but at the same time you're aware that actually that audience is quite a narrow path, and so you think, if I could just nudge a few people outwards ever so slightly, there is a much greater spectrum of interesting things out there. And I've done that pretty well. I need to keep doing it. I have a tendency to drift back into old patterns, but fundamentally I want to edit more. I want to be able to look back at videos I've made and not feel like they were disposable. Now, if you look at a whole series, I don't think a whole series is disposable. You take a 50-episode Transport Fever series, for example, I'll go, there's high points in there, but what that is a massive length story about how something was built. And you've got my storytelling, narrative, delivery kind of stuff that runs throughout it. I'm proud of the series. Individual episodes, I couldn't tell you what happened in any one of them. Not a single one, because they're all incredibly forgettable, apart from the ones where I went off and built something interesting. And even then, I ran out of time to do good stuff. I think there's like 3 or 4 where I went, that's proper good, that is. The coal ore mine build up that we got, I was really pleased with that. I could have spent another 2-3 times as long building it, and that would have been even better, but finite time. And also, it didn't deliver the views to make the time investment worth it. Had it done 2x, 3x the number of views that I'd normally get, then yeah, it would have been totally worth it. What did it do? 1x. Okay, but that's not what people want from me. People don't want this. I want to see excellence in building. No, they don't want that. They want me jabbering away and getting stuff wrong. That's the stuff that people like, and actually that's the stuff where I come to shine. I think, if anything, if I were to change my process, what I should do is record twice as much and edit it down to about 2/3 as much as I put out now. There's maths in there. Remember, right? Record twice as much, yes. Edit down, yes, to about 2/3 of what I deliver now, and then you'll have a refined product that people should engage with. Don't call me a content creator, but thank you very much for your question. I could talk at this at length, and probably will, and then we'll spiral out into multiple different topics, but I'm not going to, because you've had enough. 7 minutes these are supposed to be. 7 max, between 3 and 7 minutes. This one's not though. This is a sponsor the outro. Sponsor the outro. All the bets are off. I might have to start enforcing on the $10 offer. I might have to start enforcing 3 minutes, and that way you might get 7. But I can't keep spending 20 minutes answering one flaming question. That is not a good salary. No, it's not. I should get back and record twice as much and edit it down to 2/3, and that might work. Fantastic question, Aaron. Thank you very much for chucking it in. Everybody else, if you want to submit a question of your own, wizio.com/colonel_failure is where I am. The link is in the script. You can find it and click it with a finger. Obviously, you'll need a mouse or some such in order to make that work, but you let your finger do the clicking. I've hit the microphone. It's all a disaster. I'm going. I'll catch you later. Cheerio.